If you can, please let me know in the chat and start coming on camera now. Reply with a yes on the chat box. Okay, perfect. Okay, all right. Please start switching on your cameras when you're ready.
Recording in progress.
Okay, so we have joined today to just have a weekend discussion. And as you know, this is on the topic destiny or you. Who is creating life? And I'm sure that most of you would have got your astrological chart analyzed once at least. Is there anybody who has never ever checked with an astrologer or tarot card reader? Anyone here? I think most of you would have been every month. Now we have the facility, with apps like AstroTalk and whatnot, Meluha, and I think there are a few others. So now we have the facility to validate our fears and egos. Interesting. And I'm not saying that your charts are not true. Of course, they have their own importance. They may manifest and they may come true, yes, of course. But there are chances when it doesn't manifest also, when it doesn't come true. Okay. So I'm also similar. I have also got my astrological charts analyzed. And honestly, I find it to be a very interesting experience because I try not to focus so much on the prediction, but to understand the challenge. Okay. So, sorry, Poonam is asking something. We'll come to that, Poonam. So I try to focus on what the astrologer is telling me about my personality, my identity, all those kind of things. Because I genuinely feel that you can use your astrology best to know your soul, to know your energy body, to know your karmas, most importantly, to know your karmic um, accumulation. Okay, whatever that you have come here to learn, to understand, and to awaken from. Okay, we'll come to the questions. Don't worry, we'll come to the questions. But this is something that one must use their charts for. But but we don't use it like that. We use it for knowing what will happen in the future. Well, yes, to some extent, astrology serves that purpose, or even tarot reading, or any other kind of such kind of tool. But one thing that one must use it is to know themselves. So, is there anybody here who has ever looked at astrology or tarot or any other such tool from that lens? Snehita is saying already, true to know what to work on charts help. Yes, yes, it does help. It does help a lot. So, in one of my Instagram posts that I posted, I think a day before, I talked about what is destiny. Is there anybody here who has read that post? If yes, can you give me a yes on the chat box? Okay. And I'm assuming that maybe some of you would not have also. So in that case, I'll just quickly explain what I have written there. It's about um, how destiny influences our life and what is actually destiny. So destiny and all of this that I'm sharing, I want you to know that it's all purely channeled. It's not something that I've read from anywhere. So if you ask me the source will be channeled from my gurus, the one that I deeply feel drawn to. And I think of Anandmai Ma, Neem Korli Baba, and Mahavatar Babaji as my primary source of information, whatever they are sharing. So with that, let's understand and let's begin this. Whatever that I have understood, I will try to share with you. Now, here, destiny. Destiny is an accumulation of all the karmic impressions that your energy body stores. Okay, in one line, destiny is an accumulation of all the karmic information that your energy body stores. Why energy body? Because it is this energy body or Sukshma Sharir that travels with you from one life to another. You obviously leave the physical body. The soul, your true self, your Atma, is never touched by these impressions. It is absolutely pure and untouched because it is the observer. It is not actually playing the Leela, it is the one that is observing the Leela. So, the one who's actually getting involved in between all of this is your energy body, your Sukshma Sharir. Okay. Now, how destiny is an accumulation of the karmic impressions, what does it mean? It simply means that think of yourself, okay, in a very human level. If you think you are used to doing certain things and you struggle to do certain things, like for example, you are used to getting up at a time, let's say 8 a.m., 9 a.m., 7 a.m., whatever, and then you are also um, used to oh sorry you're also struggling to wake up at a particular time. Let's say if you're trying to wake up at 4 or 5 a.m. in the morning because you have heard that it is good, but you're struggling with it. So I'm sure you can think of certain automated responses that you have. It could be as simple as how you react to something. Like if you take a minute and see, this is a session for self introspection. So while you're listening to me, keep thinking for yourself. Okay, how does it apply for me? So think for a moment, take a minute and just introspect. Is there any particular situation where you have given similar responses? Like for example, let's say you're very conscious about or you're very mm, defensive. Let's say if you're very defensive about your relationship with your, let's say, a parent, and whenever anything around that topic comes in your reality, whether through a conversation or something else, a content piece, that triggers you, and your natural response is to either escape it or to really get angry and answer something impulsively. And no matter what happens, your response remains the same. Okay, can you think again? I want you to go inside. Okay, I mean yes, you are here to listen to me, yes, for sure, but it is more than important that you listen to yourself while we are doing this. So you must ask yourself now, is there anything where you feel like there's an automated response? Where is that response? Have you thought about it? Like no matter what the situation is, your reaction is going to be the same, whether it is anger, whether it is dismissal, whether it is escape, whether it is denial. Somebody has gone on mute. Yes. So whether it is denial, whether it is anger, and what is your usual response? Can you think of it? Are you somebody who escapes? Are you somebody who gets triggered and fights? Says a lot about yourself, isn't it? Usually in a conversation that triggers us, we focus more on the other person than on our own self. Right? If somebody has triggered us, we'll focus more on the other person. They said this, they said that, they did this, they did that. But have you ever observed how you felt, how you behaved, how you approached it? And if you got triggered, how did you express that trigger? Did you get in the state of denial? Did you get in the state of escape? Did you get in this state of defensiveness? Did you get in the state of anger? Did you felt attacked and started crying? It was overwhelming. Self-suppressive? Yes, probably. Anger and crying? Correct. And so now when you ask yourself that, okay, this is my automated response, it is very interesting that without you knowing it, without you trying to think and plan, because see, we humans think that everything that we do in our life is something that we think and then we act. But that's not true, right? So now, similarly, when we talk about destiny, the stored karmic impressions are those aspects of you that is something that you have done so many times, you have experienced so many times that it has left an impression. Like, for example, we have that famous poem. I think there was a poem in Hindi, which was about, or poem in, sorry, not a poem, Doha or something like that, which was about a rope going on and on and on a piece of a stone. And even that leaves a mark. Okay. So think of it like this. It's not one situation that has left an impression in your energy body. There are various situations that would have happened, that you would have experienced. And when I say you, I mean your soul in different lifetimes, that has finally left an impression. And that impression becomes your automated way of living. And so now you think that I have free choice. Okay. Now you're, Snehita, even if it's ancestral behavior, your soul is matching that frequency because you also have the same. Okay. So now it has become an automated response. Now, all of us here think that I am choosing something. You know, the number of questions that I get around, Shivangi, how to make the right choice. For that, you must ask yourself, how do you choose anything at all? Have you ever wondered how you choose? Okay. And do you think that your choice is purely based off because you wanted it, or because because you're already feeded by some with some information? Because all of your choices are actually, most of the time, I'm not saying all the time, but most of the times are being um, driven by what is already feeded, and that is the karmic impression that has created your energy body. Okay. And that is why we think, oh, but I made this choice and why did it not? And that is when intuition comes in, because intuition is that subtle voice who hints you that, hey, you're repeating a pattern, you can choose differently. But because it feels so unfamiliar, that it is so difficult to choose, right? And it is something like we have created our own webs. So we'll create different, or rather we'll manifest certain situations where we stay stuck. Yes, exactly, Cynthia. Samskara. And so now we have created this web, so we remain stuck in the same web, and we keep creating more and more from the same pattern. And then we think, oh, life is throwing these situations at me. No, you are so familiar to that pattern that you are living again and again the same. Okay. Yes, we'll come to that question. Difference between giving up. Please keep your good questions. When we open the Q&A, ask them. Otherwise, they'll get lost in the chat. So now this is about you choosing and you thinking that you're choosing when actually the choice is not yours. So for this now, I want you to go to a moment where you took a where you made a decision, okay, where you made a choice. Think of any last little bit of relevant choice, not the choice of should I eat noodles today or should I eat chapati, should I order food from, not those kind of, I mean, in fact, even they are being driven, but because they are so small in overall dynamic that it may not be very easy for you to understand. So think of a choice that was a little bit relevant. Like, for example, right now we have launched a retreat, and I think now we have 6 or 7, something like that, spots left. Okay, we had 21, only few of them are left now. And out of these, whatever people who have joined, they made a choice to come. It was a very important choice. Not easy to, commit to something like this for 3 days in Rishikesh and all that. So it could be, if you are coming, it could be that kind of a choice, but a choice that was very relevant for you and significant for you. Think of that. right now. Take a minute, think of that, bring that choice in your mind, in your awareness. And as I said, this whole session is going to be introspective. Okay, that's the whole point. Okay, so I'll also think of a choice that I have made, and you'll also think of I'm thinking I've made the choice to do a retreat. But yes, whatever choice you think that you have made, decision. Okay, now when you have a decision in your mind or a choice, now go a little bit back in your awareness, that means in your mind, and try to find the emotion that was behind this choice. Because behind every important and big decision, there is a very strong emotion pushing you, even if you identify it or not. So that's the opportunity now. Identify the emotion behind that decision. Was it from a place of fear, from a place of deep joy, from a place of excitement, from a place of um, desire? Okay, so an emotion. Maybe behind desire there will be something else, but an emotion. You have to focus on an emotion. Okay, go even beyond this. Okay, it felt expansive. It felt like a new. Go beyond that. Go to the emotion, because these things will confuse you. Okay, so I think some of you are already sharing fear, self doubt, concern. And again, please do not try to label it as good and bad right now in your mind. Okay, if it is fear, let it be. Okay, don't rush that. Oh, it's fear. Oh my God, bad. What am I doing? Don't jump like that. Fear, hai? Okay, let me watch. What is this fear? Be with it. Don't jump. Okay. Again, desire. I know I said desire, but desire is not the right example, because there should be an emotion that made the desire happen. What is the emotion? Go to the emotion. With attachment also. What is the emotion behind attachment? Go beyond it. Attachment is something that you wanted to experience or you were experiencing, but what was the emotion behind it? Clarity. Again, behind clarity, there is an emotion. Without emotion, see, we are emotional people, all of us. We are driven by them. Okay, I mean, emotion is the very fabric of the Maya that we are in. So, what is the emotion? Go to that. Behind clarity. Insecurity is fine. Again, Pritika, wanting to take my power back is an action. What is behind that action? Or desire for that matter? Fear of being left out. Very nice. Excitement. Good. This is good. Okay. Not necessarily, Ashmit, not necessarily. Love is not always behind attachment. In fact, attachment roots from fear. Love has nothing to do with attachment. Okay. In fact, love is something which is way away from attachment. Attachment may lead to the experience of love at some point of time, but attachment always roots from fear of losing the person, fear of being left, being abandoned, fear of not being able to experience the presence, the companionship that this person is making me feel. It's all fear around it. So go beyond. Simple question. Question is, if somebody missed, I'm summarizing it again. Question is that, okay, you made an important choice in the last, let's say 60, 90, 1 year also for that matter. Go back to that important choice that you made, and just behind that choice, what was the emotion that was driving it? You felt something before you were like, okay, I have to do it now. I have to make this choice. Okay. Again, Snehita, this is an action to come out of suffering. So, what was your emotion? Exhaustion, good. Powerless, good. Need. So, again, need. Feeling needy could be. Yeah, feeling needy. But little bit also, maybe you can go behind and ask, okay, need, then what is behind that emotion? Why? What am I needing? What will happen if this need is not fulfilled? What is behind that? What am I feeling? Oh, maybe I'm feeling incomplete. Maybe I'm feeling lonely, loneliness. Okay, incompleteness, lack. I'm feeling lack. So, like that, you can grudge. Nice. Okay. Self protection can be Priya, but sometimes that also is a veil for feeling unsafe. So, just reflect, are you feeling unsafe, or are you feeling um, or do you have faith? Okay, so just check for that. Good. So most of you are able to grasp it. Hmm. Man and my ma always remains. So she is the one who says, na, that once you have chosen the guru, the guru will always remain with you. So it has been truly my blessing that I can always feel her presence with me. And if you ever end up witnessing her, it will be the most amazing thing. So that's really nice, Monali. Thank you for sharing. Pain, fear of losing. Good. Fear of losing. Yes. Mm, I wanted to be better, tired of being the version that felt so misaligned. Again, sorry, my internet just went. Just a second. I'm just trying to switch my network so it doesn't go again. Just a second. Give me a minute. Till then, you can think. Yeah, I think I'm back. Can you all hear me? Yes or no? Can you hear me properly? Yes? Okay, good, good. All right. So fear is there, fear of isolation, being left. Good. So whatever that you have reached, that is fine. So now you know. Now you know that the emotion that was driving the decision was fear. Now, does that mean that the result of the decision will be bad? The outcome of the choice will be bad? No, not necessarily. The outcome may still be what you're expecting. Because, of course, the Leela wants to continue, right? The illusion wants to continue. And whenever you choose from a place of fear or any such emotion that is not coming from a place of love or compassion, or I mean, basically the lighter emotions, okay, if you're choosing from a heavy emotion, then it adds to the illusion. And sometimes a way of adding to the illusion is also fulfilling the wish, fulfilling the outcome. Like, for example, let's say you made a choice. And again, I'm taking an example here. Let's say if you made a choice that I think I want to go back home. Let's say you're working outside somewhere, you're not working in your own native place, and you took a decision from a place of that I want to go back home because I'm scared of losing my parents. Okay. And then you went back and you have fulfilled the outcome of being with them, being around them. But the fear doesn't go, is it? So now you'll take more decisions from the same place. The fear of being left alone. You may end up marrying somebody who may not be the absolute choice for you, but fear of being left alone. You may sabotage and push away good opportunities outside, thinking, oh, I'm very happy here in my house, because fear of being left alone. You may please people, you may not set boundaries, you may not say no to people who are intervening in your energy, in your space, because fear of being left alone. Right? So it will keep adding to the illusion where one day your soul decides, now we need to learn the lesson. So you know what will happen? Unfortunately, maybe one of your parent will pass away. And we have to be with truth. We have to be with reality, isn't it? We're all going to go one day. And then that fear shatters like anything. And it is very painful because you were basing all these illusions one after another, all going well in my life. One, two, three, four, all broken. This is the space where most of you look towards God. Why is this happening to me? Is there something wrong with me? Should I go to a Reiki healer? Should I get my astrology chart checked? What is happening? Oh, Rahu Dasha, Falana Dasha, Mars Dasha. All that begins from Sadesati. Many people have that. All that begins from that point. Not that it was not there before, right? So please know that if you are choosing from a place of fear, not that your outcome will not be there. It will be there. Sometimes maybe not. If God is too kind, he will give you failure first. Remember this. Okay? Because then you will not have to break all the walls, or sorry, all the, we play that game na, Zenga, I think. Huh. I keep forgetting these names. So that you build block by block. So if God is kind, your block will fall first, and your awakening will begin early. And if God is trying to be notorious with you, like Krishna, play around with you, then he will keep you in illusion for some time. Okay, depends upon the mood of God. If Kalima is blessing you, then first time only you will fall. You will fail terribly. But if Krishna is blessing you, then you will play the game for a good long time like Duryodhan, and finally the end will come like Mahabharata. Okay, so that is the game. So now what to do, Shivangi? You told me that there's an emotion behind my choice. Now what to do with this emotion? Now I want to think, I want you to that think of 4 to 5 um, relevant decisions and choices of your life. Okay, 3 to 4 in the last 10-15 years of your life, relevant ones. You will find that all of them, or most of them, were driven by the same emotion that you have shared right now. If that is true for you, reflect right now internally and then give me true in the chat box. And if, let's say, one is here and there, then you can say true except one. Zinga, yeah, thank you for reminding me, Zinga. I don't know what it is, how it is pronounced though. Jenga or Zinga? Don't know. Anyways, so here we are. True until the illusion was broken. True, true, true. Yes, yes, yes. True, right? So interesting. We're all coded in the same way. And still we think that, oh, my life is so different. I am so unique. I'm so special. And it is true for me indeed. Yes, it is true for everybody. Until the illusion was broken. That was really well put, Aditi. Thank you. Until the illusion was broken. Yes, so now if you think about it, there's one emotion that is driving most of your life. That is so interesting. Your whole life is being created by this one emotion. That, my friend, is your karmic impression. It's not some woo stuff. It's not something written in Sanskrit either. It's just one emotion. And what is that? Can you tell me? For you, of course, for your unique experience. Of course, Poonam. Of course it changes. We'll come to it. That is why we are going towards that direction. How we can change it. Fear, pain, fear. Fear is like a big one, huh? In last 3 years, I have done, I think, almost 200 energy readings of people. And I don't open slots, personal reading so much now. Sometimes I do. Like in January, I open. Then I'll open again whenever, but fewer slots. So now in 200 readings, one thing that I've found it as common is that all of us feel unsafe. Nobody is feeling safe. By the root of it, everyone comes down to, I'm not feeling safe. Okay, so that's a common thing, which probably we'll discuss in some other session. The feeling of not, I'm not safe, fear. Men and women, either ways, same thing. So now we have lack, we have fear, one emotion. Okay, try to come down to one word. That's when you have really reached it. Okay, so now when you know that this is the emotion that you are being driven with, okay, so now you have at least some idea that what you need to work upon. Okay, where is the awareness that you have to bring? I'll take the example of fear. That let's say fear is what, because that is actually common for many people, that is why. So let's say fear is driving me and I'm driven by it. And of course, being a human, we're going to be very practical, even if we are talking about spiritual stuff. It's not that we are trying to eliminate the fear, we are trying to bring more faith in our picture of reality, so that when I look at fear, it looks smaller, and when I look at faith, it looks bigger, so I can easily choose that. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Are you with me on this? Yes. Because you cannot actually eliminate anything from the creation. Okay? You cannot eliminate anything from this creation. Okay, I'll repeat. I'll repeat. Because creation is complete in itself. You may choose something else, but you cannot eliminate. Because everything in this universe is supposed to coexist. Our universe or our life or our reality is a complete being in itself, because it is made by and with Paramatma. Paramatma is the very creator and the very fabric also of the creation. And that is why it is very important to understand and accept first that fear is not going to go away. The emotion that you are being driven by right now, which may be not the best emotion to be driven by, is not going to get eliminated. It's going to exist in one reality. But you need to create more space, more awareness for some other emotion to rise, so that you can choose that one and create another reality for yourself. This is exactly what I've explained in the Instagram post also. I explained it with an example that let's say you go to office every day and you choose the same path every day. You are so, auto tuned almost, automated, I don't know what's the word, but you are so like coded to go to the same route every day, even though maybe there are other routes available. What inner work does, what self awareness does, what spirituality for that matter, what spiritual practices does, is that it will not eliminate the path. It already exists. Who are you to destroy it? You are just a medium here, right? So it's not something that's going to get destroyed. The path will remain. Like when you go from home to office, the path is there. But now let's say you have Google Maps, you have Google Gemini, you have Chat GPT, you researched and you found, okay, there are other two ways that are much better, lesser traffic. So now I will go from this one. The other road remains, your choice has changed. And that will create a different reality for you. And of course, will help in your soul journey. So now what you have to do is to be able to create so much awareness of, so right now you are aware of fear. Think, okay, try to simplify it in your mind. You are aware of fear. You need to be more aware of faith. You are aware of lack. You need to be more aware of completion, abundance. You are aware of, let's say, loneliness. You need to be more aware of love. Okay. So rather than focusing on what I'm already aware of, try to focus on what I want to be more aware of now. Now, can you put it in one sentence in the chat box? I want to be more aware of, and fill whatever it is for you in the chat box. I want to be more aware of. whatever it is for you. It may be difficult to put it in one word. You can use two, three words, play with it, but try to sentence properly, form a sentence. I want to be aware of. See, we people, humans, have one biggest strength of ours and biggest weakness is our way of expression, our communication. We can use it for our benefit, or we can completely sabotage our lives with it. Either or, it's your choice. So that is why framing the sentence and feeding it into your awareness is so important. Verbal awareness is very important. Okay, that is why I'm asking you to create a sentence. So let's see. Hmm. I want to be more aware of. I want to be aware of where I hold myself back from lack. I didn't understand this one, Varu. Maybe can you frame it a little bit differently, and maybe I will understand. Pritika says I want to be more aware of power. Don't add how right now, okay? Don't add how. We'll come to the how. Right now, just type what you want to become more aware of. I want to be more aware of power. I want to be more aware of happiness and love. And honestly, it is this simple. Most of your challenges and problems come down to this one line. But when you are in the problem, you're like, oh, this is happening, that is happening. There's too much in the head. But when you come down to this one aspect from where it is all rooting, sourcing, or coming out from, then you come to this awareness. I want to be more aware of safety. I want to be more aware of abundance. Okay, okay. I want to be more aware of my purpose in life. I want to be more aware of makes me feel light. Okay. Maybe lightness and joy. So many of us, okay, I want to share this. So many of us are missing one one thing deeply from our life, and that is one of the biggest reasons why we are struggling. And it is the emotion of joy, and it is the emotion of wonder and joy both. It is very hard, for adults to be just joyful. I mean, the kind of pleasing it takes for an adult to be just joyful, it's very difficult. A children, you go to a child, sorry, you go to a child, and you fascinate them with some story, and they will be like most joyous creation. And then you go to an adult and you say, see, you have parents who are healthy, you have got a good job also, you have a home, you have this, you have no, but then I haven't found a partner. I haven't found her. So we are so wired to focus on what we haven't got, and we just reject feeling joy. Imagine if all of you were 5 years old. First of all, your cameras would have been on. Second, you would not be watching me like this. Like some serious Kaun Banega Crorepati discussion is going on. Okay. You would have smile in your face. You will be like, huh, what? Yeah, there was so much energy. So truly all of us are missing joy. you know all of us actually, and it is so much required. God, the heaviness that I see in adults now. I know life is not easy. I get it, it's so difficult. I get it, but who said that you have to be only joyful when everything gets sorted? Why can't I be joyful now and then just watch everything getting sorted in front of me because I chose to be joyful? Okay, it is so important, but then we need reasons. This is so funny. We need reasons to be joyful, but we have 100 to be scared and sad all the time. Interesting beings we grow up in. But anyways, coming to what we are discussing here. Really, didn't know Supraja. But I truly feel that. Yes. No, Ashmit, nothing like that. No, Maya is drowning. And Kali Yuga is the best period for soul evolution. Do you know that? It is the best phase for soul evolution. Now you can focus on that, yeah, Kali Yuga is very bad, blah, 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 blah. Or you can focus on that this is the best time to accelerate my soul journey. It is actually said and written that just for example, let's say you do 1,000 chants of Om Namah Shivaya, okay, or any mantra, okay, any mantra which is connected to spiritual ascension. You do 1,000 chants of this in Kali Yuga. It is said and written that the impact of it will be same as doing it, let's say, 1 million times in the other yugas. Okay. That's a good question, Monali. Why? Well, we'll have to go to the science of it. Maybe a topic for another day. But it is. I can tell you why. I can, because I have personally been very interested. So I've tried to find, and whatever I've understood, I will probably share with you one day. But it is there. Okay. So of course we can find reasons for this. So now coming back to the emotion that you want to become more aware of. You said, I want to become aware of, let's say, power, let's say love, let's say abundance. Now I want you to eliminate want and write in your diaries, in your books, in your phones, whatever. I am aware of. I am aware of power. I am aware of love. I am aware of whatever in me, as me, through me. Just add this to that line. Okay. I am aware of whatever you wanted to be aware of in me, as me, through me. Just add that. And now share again in the chat. So I'm aware of safety, love, and joy in me, through me, as me. I'm aware of love in me, as me, through me. I'm aware of love, peace in me, through me. Okay, good, 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 good. Okay, now when you have this sentence, I'll give you a minute again to write it. But now when you have this sentence with you, with this, think of it as a powerful mantra. Okay, so now you have this statement. Now let's see if you can visualize what that reality looks like for you. Right now, we are not going to do it later or anything. Right now, just for a few minutes, close your eyes, bring yourself back to you, okay, and run this line in your mind continuously for 2 3 times. I'm aware of this in me, as me, through me. I'm aware of this in me, as me, through me. Run this with presence. Don't just say it like a poem. Say it with presence in yourself, maybe loudly or mentally, however you'd like it. With your eyes closed, say it for 3 4 times. Okay, now when you have said it, don't open your eyes, keep your eyes closed. Now, when you have said it for a few times, can you think of instances from your time that you have already spent in this life where this statement was true for you, where you actually experienced, let's say, power or courage, where you became aware of power and courage in you, as you, and through you. Think of a time, if you can, a moment from your younger days or childhood or recently, wherever, where you felt that I was actually aware of power or love or abundance in me, through me, as me. And for that, go beyond the definition of abundance, power, love, all of this. Don't think of abundance only restricted to money. Don't think of power only connected to fame or how people treat you. when you actually felt powerful within you, not how they received you, not how they gave you anything, the people around you, but you felt it within you. Okay, so think of that, and now come back and share with me, if you could, what did it look like when you were aware of that emotion in you, as you, through you? If you could find one. If you couldn't, don't worry. I'll come to that also. But if you could find one in the library of your memories, hmm. So wherever you went, okay, whatever the memory was, define for yourself, who were you being in that moment? Who were you? Who, or for yourself, if you ask, who was I being when I experienced this? When my awareness was in power, or when my awareness was in love, or when I was aware of courage, I was aware of faith. Who was I being? Okay, define that for yourself. Define, who was I being? I was being someone who is free, who's carefree. I was spontaneous, or I was being someone who was in faith. Whatever it is for you. I was one with the light. I was complete in the energy of a devotee. I was being safe and grounded and embodied, able to be myself. I was shattered. Interesting. I was enough. Hmm. Complete. Hmm. Accepted. I felt free in myself. So I can see, and you can also read for yourself. Most of the answers are revolving around free and complete and surrendered, and some of the unique ones also for you, for each individual. Now, this is what, so what is this answer? Can you guess? This is what your soul want you to be in this lifetime. This is why your soul has manifested in this life to be exactly what you're writing. This is your highest self, your highest path, the path of dharma for you. You're meant to be this. You always ask, na Shivangi, what is the purpose of my life and this and that? This is what you're supposed to be. And now you have the answer. So don't ask me again. At least the 74 people here. The next session. Okay. Yes. So you have this now. That this is your who you're meant to be. Okay. Whatever that you have written, that I was being this, I was being free, I was being complete. For most of you, it should be, if you are doing it right, it should be around freedom, completeness, joy, love, powerful, unapologetically yourself, whatever it is for you, however you are wording it. But it should be something around this. Even if it was not a good moment, sometimes you can be this in the most, terrible moments of your life. Like, let's say you're going through the worst phase that you can imagine, and that triggered you to finally be like, you know what, I'm done. And that showed you, oh, I can be this. So it could be anything for you. That is why your soul has manifested this life for you. You wanted to experience what is it like to be this, to be this, whatever this. I'm leaving it in blanks because it's unique for everybody. Your soul manifested itself for this. Okay, you're supposed to be this. Yeah, I know life takes over, it's okay. But this should be your anchor, right? This should be your reminder. And whenever you feel confused, everybody, with a choice, with a decision in life, come back to this. Who am I being? And if you are being this, what you have written today in the chat boxes, in your own diaries, and from that place, if you are taking a decision, you are definitely going towards soul ascension. You're definitely going towards expansion. And you should be least worried that one day God will break your illusions because you have broken that for yourself. Okay. And so now imagine, okay? Imagine being like that. Okay, just imagine you being this person. This is amazing. Like, in your physical health, in your relationships, in your career, everywhere, you're being this person. How would life look like? For some of you, it could lead to a big shift, a big shattering down of certain aspects of your life. But still, how do you feel? Even after that, even after you know that it's gonna shatter a lot of things in my life, your heart will be filled with excitement to be this version of you. Yeah, exactly, Pune. It's not gonna be easy. But till the time you will make sure that your life is easy, God will not have the chance to make it for you. Okay? Let God take over. Let God say, okay, I'm gonna be in charge of making your life easy. And I will ease it in a way which one human can never imagine. Life will not be the same. Yes. Yes. I'll share something very interesting with you that happened with me. Something around this. So, whenever I launch a big project, and big, when I say, which means big in terms of my effort and big in terms of investment from people who will be joining it. Okay. And that being said, is my upcoming retreat. So it's a 3 day thing. It's in Rishikesh. It is a lot of effort from my team. And of course, it's a lot of investment from the people who will be coming. It takes a lot of courage to be able to just kind of do it. Because of course there's money involved, there is investment involved for the booking, for the hotel, whatever, from the practical aspect. So now when something like that happens, I feel very triggered. Okay, I start to feel, what if somebody doesn't come, what if this doesn't happen, there are too many questions, and I go in the feeling of lack and fear both. Okay, now this doesn't work for me, that okay, if let's say, so this time our slot was 21 people for the retreat. This never works for me, that saying that, oh Shivangi, 21 will come, this positive motivation doesn't work for me. Sorry. I am not able to believe, because I'm also somebody who's also practical. Okay. So this doesn't work. And I was panicking. Okay. For the first 1 week, I was, nothing will happen, nothing will happen. Then what happened? Fortunately, this time in the retreat, my mother wanted to join. I mean, not as a participant, but she just wanted to see what I'm doing. Then my father also got interested. And have always been very supportive, but because of some things that has to be taken care in my home, my parents could never come to my events. This time they said, I'll just come and see what you do, and then we'll go. Will not disturb. So I was very excited. Then, those of you who know, I recently got married. It's very rare in India, I'm sorry to say, to find in laws who are damn supportive. And I'm a very lucky person. I have got very supportive in laws. So now they are so excited for my retreat. They don't even understand exactly what I do, but they think I am the best at it. And they are coming all the way from their hometown just to see me. That what is she doing? Okay. And they're excited about it. They're so happy about it. Planned everything. So now suddenly my mindset shifted from lack, that, oh, people are not coming, money, this, that, to my family is coming. And it's going to be a moment of joy. So it's 7 people or 8 people. I already have abundance. I already have abundance of love and support and presence and experience. Imagine being with both of your parents and these wonderful strangers who are coming in one place. There's so much abundance already. I mean, I'm choked with it, till my till my neck. And then my perspective completely shifted. And you will not believe what happened after that. In the next 3 to 4 days, or 5, 6 days actually, we were, just getting filled. People started paying for it. And, I have not even launched my retreat on Instagram, which is where most of my audience is. I have not launched it yet. I don't know why. I'm being lazy, but I haven't launched it yet. And I only have few spots left, which is like hardly 7 or 8 or whatever. In that also, we are already in conversation with two, so maybe 6. Now imagine that. And still I'm saying that no, not maybe 21 people may come, may not come, I don't know. But whoever are coming, I'm like, I'm going to be focusing my energy on these people. I'm already planning what I'm going to surprise them with and all of that. Because these are selected people, right? They must be part of my soul contract that they're coming. It's a huge experience. So that's what I'm asking for from all of you. It is very easy to shift your focus to lack and fear and what cannot work out. And yes, I'm still saying maybe we'll not have 21 people, but I accept it because I already have abundance. And when I already have it, there's no lack, right? So, this is the mindset that really helped me, not in terms of bringing more people, but in terms of making me feel so complete and so fun within, that I'm able to engage in the preparation of this retreat in enjoyment, in fun, and not in panic. The last thing that I would like to give the people who are coming all the way. There's somebody coming from Australia who has booked, there's somebody coming from, I think, US who has booked. Imagine people taking all that effort. If this is not abundance, then what is? So that's why I want you to shift your focus. Whatever that you have written that I'm aware of, you already have it. That is why you're aware of it. That is why you could go back to it. You already have that in your reality. Maybe not in the way that your reasoning understands, but it is there. And one small energy based practice, that you can do every day before maybe sleep or just after waking up, just to kind of help you energetically. This is all about awareness. Okay. But can we also do some energy work here? Simple practice that you can do is, let's say you wrote, I am aware of power and joy and love. Okay. And in me, as me, through me. Let's say this is what you wrote. So now what you can add to this practice that will help you to kind of expand your awareness here is to come back to yourself, close your eyes. Whoever is your favorite divine form, whether it is a god, whether it's a guru, whether it's something else, doesn't matter. Okay? Whoever it is for you, where you've put all your faith. It could be universe also, for that matter. You bring that in your mind, okay, that this is my one that I completely able to have my faith on. And then you visualize that this being, this form, is filling you with power, filling you with courage, filling you with love. abundantly. And that could be in a form of light coming into your body, that could be in the form of color coming into your body through them, in any form, however your mind wants to imagine it. That's not a problem at all. But every night before you sleep, or when you wake up early in the morning, just take 2 minutes and imagine this for yourself. And while you're imagining it, after that, add this statement that I'm aware of power, I'm aware of courage, or I'm aware of abundance in me, as me, through me. You can twist it in your own language. That is more easy for you, that is more comfortable for you, but do that. And then consciously, on a daily basis, whenever you're living your life, consciously try to shift your focus wherever lack appears, wherever fear appears to. And this will also mean taking action. Okay? Taking action towards that awareness. Nashmit is asking, should we live life delusionally? Delulu is the new Salulu. Well, I mean, honestly, we are all in delusions. All of you, you and me, we are not real. It's all, as Guru says, it's all a dream. We're already in delusion. It's all a dream, right? You think I am present, I am alive, but it's a dream. You are a dream, all of us interacting in our dreams. So that's a different topic altogether. If you're interested, maybe one day we'll talk about that also. But in the dream, we are trying to engage with the dream from our awareness rather than just being driven by something. Okay. So now here, you will add the statement, you will visualize, and you will consciously start taking action. Action is very important. Okay. You cannot cheat. You cannot cheat with energy. Because if you're saying all these things in your mind, this, that, I'm this, I'm that, but your actions are not matching it, then it's going to be a half game played. Okay. So matching the action is so important. And yes, it's going to be difficult. Very difficult, in fact. It is meant to be. It's meant to shake your soul because it's familiar, right? Not doing that is familiar. So it is meant to be difficult. And whoever bluffs you that, oh, if you do this, it's going to be all easy, good life. I mean, if you want to believe that, you can. But if you really get into spiritual work, it's all about working with yourself. Nobody here can just give you something and fix your life. And I'm so opposed with that idea. Okay, personally also. I'm somebody who always talks about it. But coming to this, it is very important to understand this, that you have to take action, at least one action in 3 months, for God's sake, that is aligned with what you want to become aware of. You're saying, I want to become aware of courage in me, through me, as me. But the moment it comes to saying no to somebody, you run back to your old pattern, then it's not matching, my friend. Okay? So now please take a moment right now itself. Okay? No escaping. Most of us will come to these kind of sessions, we'll hear good stuff, we'll go ahead and back and do the same thing again. So please don't run. Right now, what is the action that you're promising yourself that is aligned with your awareness? Think of that one action right now that just pops in your head. God will help you. Your Paramatma will help you. Devi will help you. They will give you the intuition right now. It's in this moment, I'm saying. That, see, this is the action that you should do. Cluck. It will happen right now. What is that action? Write it for yourself. And if you want to share, if it is okay for you to share, share in the chat box. How, Aditi? Specific. No, 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 no. Don't go here. This is all very nice to say. Prioritize myself. How? What is that one action that you're going to do it? Specific goal. Make it real, everybody. It's very easy to get lost in spirituality and use it as an escape. Make it real. Again, Dr. Riddhi, how? Will you spend more time with your child? Will you spend more time with something that you love? What is that one action that you're going to change, that you're going to do? Shifali is like, can't do it, leaving my job. So, what is the next best thing, Shifali, that you can do it? Next best thing. We have to get real, everybody, okay? See, I see so many of you attending so many things, workshops, courses, some of mine, some of others, okay, retreats, whatever. But please, please, please integrate it with your real life. Embody what you're learning. Okay, good, 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 good. Whoever who's writing whatever, good. But please write it. Okay, so now when you're writing it, in specific one, not something like, oh, I will stop being too controlling, or I'll stop giving so much. How? Specify the action for yourself. If it is not comfortable to share in the chat, I understand that, but specify at least for yourself. What is the one small thing? Don't think of a big thing. One small thing that you will do. Okay, give that to yourself. Add, write for yourself, and add to that action, who are you doing this for? You are going to do this for that God, that Paramatma who brought you in this session. There should be somebody that made you feel like, I want to join this session. Or there should be somebody who made you feel like, I want to do inner work on myself. Who is that form, divine form, that made you feel like, I want to work on myself. I want to go more towards this. I want to understand this. It could be Hanumanji, it could be Shiva, it could be a guru, it could be Krishna, it could be any other form. But who is that? Write that you are doing this action for this God, for this Bhagwan, for this Devi, for this Guru. Okay, let's say you're writing, I'm going to do this for Ma Kali. Now they are accountable and you are accountable at the same time. Okay, doing it for Ma Kali, good place to start. Doing it for Shiva. Yes, please write that. Who are you doing this for? Okay, don't write self. Okay, self can lead you to ego. क्यों क्यों खुद पे इतना लेना है? दो ऊपर वाले बैठे हैं, उनको दो. Why you want to take everything on yourself? Such humongous powerful beings are up there. Just dedicate, giving it on your shoulder, your responsibility now. See, this happens, okay? If I go to, let's say, Supraja and say, Supraja, I'm learning to cook pizza for you, okay? Now, Supraja will suddenly feel very obligated. Oh, I should also do something for Shivangi. Now she's doing it. So, similarly, you're making your God obligated. Oh, God, down there, she's doing it for me. All right, I'll also do something then. I'll support her in this journey. Okay, so tell that to yourself, and please write it in your bold letters, in your phones, in your walls, in your mirrors. What you're doing, you don't have to announce, because maybe the family members won't be very comfortable with that thought. But you don't have to announce what you're doing, but write doing it for. Okay, good. That's it. So you do the visualization, you do the statement, and you remind yourself, I'm doing this for. Now you'll also feel very obligated. I have tricked you badly into this. You'll feel guilty. Shit, I wrote doing it for Shiv, but now I'm not doing it. Now what will happen? Will Shivji be angry at me? Is Shivji watching me right now? Can I find another way to just get out of this? I'll just do some charity on Monday and I'll be fine with it. See, that's not gonna work, okay? You promised. So I've tricked you into this. Okay, so that's about it. This is where we will end. Now you may ask few of your questions that you would like to ask. But if you're asking a question, please come on camera so that it could be a bit more engaging for me. And also, because we still have few spots left for the retreat, if you felt like coming to the retreat, um, you can. And if you have joined from the group, you have the WhatsApp link, or you the retreat link in the group. You can just message me or message my team, and we'll see. Okay. Okay. So let's see the question. How can we be complete if we deliberately choose the lighter, better emotions. For example, someone feels anger, judgment. Huh, yes, very good question actually. Very, very good question. I think, but I still read the full question. So Poonam is asking, how can we be complete, sorry, if we deliberately choose the lighter emotions or better emotions? For example, someone feels anger, judgment. Isn't it being authentic to fully experience it than to choose another path? And how can we decide that it's time to change the emotion? Is it after we have become aware of the previous one? Very good question. So now what Poonam is asking is that, okay, Shivangi, if uh, if I am experiencing fear and if it is all complete, if I am complete, then how is it authentic to not choose this emotion and choose something else? Being complete doesn't mean, or rather, being complete here means that you have access to all these experiences. You have access to all these realities and emotions. Choosing one, see, this is actually, it is so interesting because this uh, question is coming from a place of lack. I'll tell you how. Choosing one doesn't take away that, oh, you're not choosing this. Of course, you have chosen this. That is why you have this in you. That is why it is an impression. You have been choosing it repeatedly. You are not choosing it because it is better. Okay, that fear is bad and faith is good. No, 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 no. You are choosing it because you already have chosen this so many times. It is familiar, and your soul wants to experience something else now. That is why it is an impression, it is a karmic impression. So you are choosing it from a place of, okay, this is impression. Now I've already gathered this enough in my energy body. Let's see what this is, what faith is, what love is, what joy is. While I know that fear is available, I can go to fear. In fact, you will. Not that when you work on this, fear will get, as I said, it will not get eliminated. But you will have enough of the other aspect to be not completely be driven and drawn into this one emotion, and that is fear or whatever it is for you, lack or loneliness or whatever it is. Okay, so being complete doesn't mean this. That's very interesting that you asked. It is very important to understand the difference. And this also interestingly also reveals that how we humans are coded to think that if one thing is chosen, that means the other thing is not being chosen. It's there. It's like the office route. You still can take it. It's not that we are closing the route and we are rejecting it. We're not rejecting it. Please understand. We are becoming aware of it, and we are saying, oh, we have been taking the same route for so many lifetimes, so many moments, for so many phases of my this life also. And so now let me experience something else. That's how it works for our soul. Our soul doesn't have the judgment of good and bad, pain and not pain, or pain and happiness. The soul isn't just the theory of, I have experienced this again and again and again. I want to expand my awareness. It's like I have read geometry 10 times now. So now I want to, let's say, read something else, read literature for that matter. It is that for soul. Soul doesn't have the awareness of good and bad and pain and nothing. It is the energy body that is storing it, and the physical body that is making this experience real in this Maya. Okay? So that is the reason behind it. And that is why fear and all this emotion that you have shared, all of you, is not gonna go away from your life. Never. You will have fear. You will have other, whatever, lack and feeling of loneliness, pain. Of course, you will have it. But because of your awareness, you will experience it. You will realize that, oh, I have the choice to experience something else. I will move to this. That's all. And even when you will experience fear, if you have the awareness, you will not experience it from the place of that, oh, this is all I have now and I don't know how to get out of it. You will experience from the space of, okay, I'm feeling scared. I'm aware of it. I'm not liking it. I'm feeling scared. Okay, all right. Let's switch. It's not going to be like, I don't know what to do now. Okay, I'm trapped. I don't know how to come out of this. Okay, so there's not going to be any confusion. So this is one thing. Now, What is the Lakshmi? Honestly, it is the temperature because it is really, really hot for some reason. Maybe because of the light, and my face gets really red, and it looks like I'm glowing when I'm actually feeling very hot. So don't confuse it. It's all delusion. Okay, don't confuse it. All right, let's see the next question. Mm, Pooja asks, um, how are we doing it for God? I'm paying gratitude and being aware that universe supports me at each step of life and makes it easy. I'm doing this for Ma Kali. I'm not getting this. I'm not getting how is this happening. Sentence fits that I'm wishing universe serves, loves and supports me, and I'm doing it for Ma Kali. That's a very good question. That's a very good question. That okay, I have told this that I want to become aware of courage, power, love, whatever. But how am I doing this for Ma Kali? Like it doesn't make sense. What is the relation here? I mean, does Ma Kali even need anything to be done by me? So what am I doing here? Good question to ask. So when you say I'm doing this for Shiv, you are just remembering a truth that you have forgotten. Because very honestly, all our lives are being lived, our experiences are being done for that Paramatma that you may call Devi or Shiv or anything else. I'm going to call it for the sake of everybody right now, Paramatma. So everything that you are experiencing being done by you, all of it is happening through Paramatma, in Paramatma, as Paramatma. Okay, everything. Whether you are paying gratitude or whether it's all being done through them. There was a very and for them, yes. There was a very beautiful statement or quote, I forgot, that I read somewhere, and it was about that how you pay gratitude to God for this life and for this experience and everything. God is also grateful to you because it is through you that God is able to experience itself. Now, this sentence may feel like too much, overwhelming specifically, if we are in the idea of putting gods on a pedestal. And that is why God feels so distant for most of us. We feel like they are superior to us and we are somewhere here, we are so lower beings. But it is like a wave in the ocean thinking that the ocean is bigger than me. And because it is bigger, it must be somewhere above, and I can't even think of being one with the ocean when it is literally the ocean. Okay? So, just with that example, think of that in your mind. You are that wave that is rising and falling in the ocean and thinking that, oh, the ocean is so big. I am just a mere wave. Why will the ocean want me anyway? What am I doing for the ocean anyway? But for the ocean to be the ocean, it is important that the waves rise and fall. And so, if you can grasp this somewhere, you will understand why we are saying that we are doing this for Shiva, for Kali. Another reason why we are saying this is also because when we say we are doing this for self, that leads to more ego. But when we devote it to something that we truly love and we are in complete surrender with, that helps us to sustain the practice. That's also a reason. Okay. Next question. Can we also hear our shadows? Okay, I didn't understand this. So I'll try to move to the next question. A has asked this question. Please try asking again. I couldn't understand it. What a beautiful experience of introspection this has been. Why has this at the end filled up with so much tears? The thought of doing this for Shiva has really overwhelmed me. Yeah, I know it could be very overwhelming. At the same time, it really can move you. If something that you couldn't do for years, if you add this aspect, it will really move you. Good, 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 really good. And I just wanted to, I want to do more of these sessions where you're introspecting, because I want more and more people to taste the delicious flavor of self introspection. Because so many of us are dependent on somebody, you know. I mean, yes, today I was trying to guide you, yes, I was there. But if I have just taught you this, you can actually do this again for yourself. Think of your choices, reflect on it. It is so important to go away from dependence. I know I should not get angry and triggered, but very honestly, I'll be very honest here. It's something that I should work on, and I'm trying to work on. But sometimes I get really angry when I get questions like, okay, can I do this course and will it help me in my career and just, I'll become very successful? I don't even take a minute and say no to these people. I just say, no, 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 please don't come to me. I'm not the right person. I try to deviate them to somebody else. Okay. And it is only because I'm very, maybe in pain a little bit also. It hurts me to see how people feel powerless and they just want something to just fix them. It just hurts me that people are not able to see the potential that they have. It's such a, it's such a shame to have a human life and not to see the power of it. So that is my humble approach. I'm going to do more of these sessions. I'm trying to make them so that we can understand the power of self introspection. And yes, the right guide, the right teacher, the right healer will come whenever you need that intervention. There's no problem in taking it. Please don't take me wrong. Absolutely, you should take it if you feel drawn to it, but you should not be dependent on it. Okay, that is very important. All right. Next question by Nikita is, what can be the root emotion behind feeling a lack of wholeness? When someone always desires a romantic relationship to fill that void. Very good question, Nikita. Very good question. What could be the root emotion which causes this lack of wholeness? Yes, so many actually, not just one person. So many I have understood this and observed this. See, because I have a really good group of people, right, in my community and everything, I keep observing human patterns in nature. It's honestly very interesting. So when I observe it, I see that this is a big part. No matter how much happy a person is in their life, if there is a void in companionship, in romantic relationship, they feel really incomplete. We humans, and we must ask ourselves, where is this coming from? What I have personally observed, now this can vary from person to person, but I'll tell you few of the observations. Okay, few of the observations that I have seen. Number one, it comes from the place of unworthiness and rejection that one has felt early in their life. If you have felt unworthy or rejected early in your childhood, for one reason or the other, you will end up always seeking a companion or partner to fill that void where you feel like, okay, now I am being chosen, or now I am valuable and worthy. Okay, that is one of the most important things why it drives. And there's nothing wrong with it. Maybe that is how you're supposed to learn in this lifetime, first of all. So that's number one. Another thing, that why they feel this innate gap, or why they end up having this gap also for that reason. Most of these souls who have experienced this gap are those who completely lose themselves when it comes to loving and accepting somebody. Most of these souls are the ones who are just like gonna go like a waterfall and give their whole individuality, their life, their choices, their preferences, everything will be like drained when suddenly this person comes up, appears in their life. And they're meant to learn that. They're meant to learn that you can be loved for who you are and what you are, and you do not have to be, like changing yourself at all. You can be authentically yourself. But whole life they will keep trying to change. Okay, so that's another thing that I have seen. And this lack of wholeness also comes somewhere it also comes. 。  Hmm. 。  . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 。 . 。 。 . 。 。 . 。 。 . 。 。 . 。 。 . 。 。 . 。 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . Just a second. Mm. This also roots from the fear of being abandoned, which is connected to rejection. Because because you're scared of being abandoned, you will keep pushing away the potential to have someone that can abandon you truly. Because most of the times the family, even if they don't like you, don't talk to you and all that, they cannot truly abandon you. They have to be in your life, because now it's your family, it's your parents, so what can you do? It's a sibling or whatever. But with a partner, there is a legit process to just, okay, bye, whatever. Okay, so that is why fear of abandonment also leads to this kind of an experience. Deep fear of being abandoned, deep fear of being controlled, your individuality being taken away, and early experience of unworthiness and early experience of rejection, that I'm not worthy, I'm not valuable, is going to lead to this experience. Or can lead, not is gonna, but can lead to such experiences. Okay. And this is purely based off the observations. Okay. Not that it's so definite and it's written somewhere, but it's purely based on my observation while working with people. Okay. Very interesting. Somebody is saying that no matter how much I try to believe in myself, I am feeling jealous and I feel lack and I feel competitive. Okay, jealousy is very interesting emotion. It's not bad all the time, you know. Sometimes jealousy shows you the potential. In fact, most of the times we get jealous because we know that we can have it. We know that I can do this. You know, somewhere I have that in me, but I'm not doing it. The anger and the jealousy is more on you. You're angry on yourself. Okay, you're angry on yourself, and that turns out to look like jealousy. That why am I not able to have this? Why am I not able to do this when I know I can? For most of us, it comes from a place of I know I can. Okay, in a healthy sense. So, I mean, of course, the other aspect of it is unworthiness and all those things. But sometimes, and this is something that anybody can tell you, so that's why I'll tell you something different here. Sometimes it comes from you struggling with this fact that I can literally have all of this because I can do all of this, but here I am not doing it at all. So I'm angry at myself, and that anger comes out as jealousy and competition and lack and all of that. So maybe rather than focusing on the jealousy, you must ask yourself that when I have the potential, what is stopping me? What am I scared of happening when my potential becomes real, when it comes out? Okay. So that is something that you can ask. Difference between giving up and escaping versus surrendering. Acha, okay. Difference between giving up and escaping versus uh, surrendering. Hmm. So surrendering is never giving up actually. Surrendering is accepting all the outcomes without being attached to the outcome itself. Like I told you the example of this my retreat. Now, giving up would have been that still panicking and wishing that somehow 21 people come. Okay. And giving up could also be that I just stop preparing for the retreat. I just feel very like, you know what is the point? This, that. I just go into that whole lane of negative thinking. Now, surrendering here was when I accepted that maybe only five people will come, because till then, I think only five, six people at that time joined. So now I truly accepted that only 5 and 6 person will come. And then I accepted it with all my authenticity and integrity, that I am ready to do a retreat with five people. What's so if I lose some money? It's okay, it will come again, but I will still do it because it's my calling, you know. And trust me, I have done this many times in my work in the last 3 years. I have risked a lot of things You guys come in these sessions, you see me, but you don't know what's going behind. I have risked many things and just be like, you know what? Okay, I will I will accept the loss, but I want to do it no matter what. Because this is what I truly feel called to. And that is enough for me. I don't expect people to come. I don't expect money to come. And it has been the biggest factor why I have been able to do what I'm doing, very honestly. So, surrendering is accepting. As Poonam was asking, very good question that, why to reject the fear? I'm accepting it. I'm accepting the loss. I'm accepting the profit. I'm accepting everything. And I'm still driven by what I want to do because I'm not attached to the outcome. The experience of doing something there is enough for me. That is surrendering. So surrendering is that when you have no attachment to how it will turn out, what will be the outcome, but I'm going to do it because this is where I'm so driven towards. And today I'm not sharing it, but maybe one day I'll share, or maybe actually I can share. I'll share a very quick story of Neem Karoli Baba. That happened just before we planned this retreat. We had no plan of doing this retreat. It happened one day in the morning in Rishikesh when I was sleeping. And I came from Kachi Dham. Okay, so from Kachi Dham, I felt a pull after my nani passed away, and she was a like big devotee of Hanumanji. So I felt like I want to do something for her, and I went to Kachi Dham, and I offered whatever prasad, whatever there. And then from Kachi Dham, I came back to Rishikesh, a few hours drive. Then when I came to Rishikesh, I stayed there for a few days. So this was one day after coming from Kachi Dham. The other morning, I was sleeping around 6:30 a.m. A monkey suddenly jumped into my hotel room. Okay, and I don't know how the window was open or closed. I don't know. It just jumped, and I was sleeping, and I was so startled by it. I just woke up like this. I was so scared. Okay, so scared. Imagine a monkey being in your room. If you're not a very animal friendly person, you'll be scared. Okay, so I was very scared. And then my husband was with me. Tanishq was there. He is quite comfortable with animals, so he was still fine. But I was freaking. And then I had this blanket and I covered my face like this so that I can't see. And he's right there. And then suddenly, and Tanishq is seeing, okay, what is happening. I am like I'm trying to see like this. So then what happens is this monkey jumps to my table where the prasad was that we gave to Neem Curly Baba, and then we had it. The prasad was there. There were laddus in orange. There were other food items also. There were jams and biscuits. He didn't take any of it. He straight away went to the prasad. He took it, he ate it, and if you can believe in it, then please, and if you cannot, it's okay. I understand. But trust me when I say this, while he was eating it, both my husband and I heard somebody chanting Ram, 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 exactly in this tone. And we had goosebumps in this moment. Okay, I don't know where the sound was coming from. Me being the practical me was saying, oh, there must be somebody passing from the street or whatever. Maybe, I don't know. But even that coincidence to happen was quite something for us. And then suddenly the monkey went after eating the prasad. And then I was relieved. Like, okay, gone, gone. Now, because of that, so we travel a lot last few days. So I was very tired. So I was waking up little later. But because of that so-called incident that happened, I woke up early and I started feeling really hungry. Okay, like as if I needed food. So there was no food in my hotel where I was staying. So I went to the hotel just next to it, and just like a few meters away. And there I went. Funnily, there was somebody who had food. We ate breakfast early in the morning after this incident. While we were eating it, somebody came and told us that, hey, are you looking for a place for a retreat? And we were like, we can, we can consider. We had no plans, but we can consider. And then she said, this place is really amazing because there was a shivling that was found, a big shivling during construction. So then we were like, what? Because my idea of retreat, if I wanted to do, was around Shiv. Okay, because last time we did for Vishnu, and this time I'm very drawn towards Shiv. So I was like, if I'm doing it, I'll do it around Shiv. But I had no plans as such. And I'm like, really? And then we went to see the shivling, and that shivling gave me all the confirmations and goosebumps. And I was like, we have to do it here. There's no if and but about it. We have to do it. And everything worked so smoothly. The rooms, the food, the decor, everything that this lady just like, I'll do this, I'll do this, I'll do everything was done. And in a day we had, booked everything you know so it was a and I'm quite impulsive when it comes to these things, so I paid all the money. I was like, no, this is a sign, we're doing it. And that is how we ended up launching the retreat. So now think of it. Why I'm sharing this with you is because imagine something like that happen, and then I'm worrying about how people will not come. How does it matter? It doesn't matter. And I'm laughing on myself because I was panicking 15 days back. Oh, people will not come. But then thankfully, people are coming and few spots are still left. But जो भी आ रहे हैं, बाबा भेज रहे हैं. Neemkuli Baba is sending and Shivji is sending. Okay, so this is what surrendering is. And yes, it takes a lot of courage, a lot of acceptance. But if you accept the loss and accept the profit, you accept everything in the outcome, even if it is very difficult to accept, you are surrendering, my friend. Okay, so this is the one. Is this also true to that if astrological chart shows laziness as a dominant thing and I can choose to be active or bring activeness into my awareness? Then between, yes, good question. So if your chart is showing that, let's say you're somebody who's lethargic, somebody who takes a lot of time to make things happen, this doesn't mean that, oh, you just push yourself to get active. Please don't do that, because it's not going to work. It will actually backfire. In fact, you may be very active for 10 days and the next 3 months you are taking time to rest. Okay, that can happen if it is in your chart. But what you can do is, number one, first focus on how this is actually beneficial for you, how this is helpful for you. First of all, you should focus on that. Okay, this is also, by the way, acceptance and completion, that even something as laziness and whatever lethargy or whatever delaying things is actually good for you. First acknowledge where it is actually working for you, where it is helping you, because it is helping you. That is why you have placed it in your karmic chart by yourself as a soul. Okay, then ask yourself that what is, so if this is a major dominant thing about your chart, that means you have many lessons around it. Okay, so you are supposed to reflect within yourself. You're supposed to ask yourself, okay, what is being lazy for me? Okay, you're supposed to ask yourself, what is the emotion that is driving this action in me? Okay, so basically you have to self introspect. I mean, because of the lack of time, I can't give you the exact questions right now, but you have to introspect first. And then when you have an answer, at least somewhere you feel like, okay, this is new to me, I realize something about myself, then you try to move towards being active. Okay, don't do the rushing. Maybe we'll do one day a session on understanding astrological charts. Not that I'm an astrology expert, but from a place of that, how we can use it for karmic understanding. Okay, so maybe we'll do. All right. How to be aware and conscious all time? Is it even no, it's actually, see, it is possible if you have reached that state of dhyan. And it is definitely possible for yogis and gurus. It is possible. Not that it is not. But if we have not reached that place, it is not fair. It is not fair to expect that you remain in that awareness always. In fact, awareness and lack of awareness is a game that helps you. See, like the wave that falls and rise, it helps you. You go to awareness after you have been in illusion. That's the law of prakriti. Okay, that is the law of actually Devi, Shakti is very interesting. She is not like Shiva. Okay, she is not like, okay, come to Shunya and I'll bless you. Shakti is going to be very interesting. She is going to play games of Leela with you, whether it is Tripura Sundari, whether it is Ma Kali. She will engage you in it. So engage you, you will fall into unawareness or illusion, and then you will rise from it. That is how the law of Prakriti works. So it's okay to be in unawareness, accept it, understand it, be in that phase, and then rise from it. Nobody, you see, it's not school that you have to always bring A grades. Please. We humans are conditioned in such an early age of all these things that we think, oh, we have to always be on the top. No. You fall, you rise, you fall, you rise, and you accept the journey. Okay. So that is about it. Why do some souls choose to be in lower awareness for lifetimes? Interesting questions. Uh, Even though God is experiencing through them, how can the higher souls want to experience something? Hare, of course they want to experience something lower. I thought it is very interesting. How many times you want to go back to kindergarten? How can an adult like you, who is in their 30, 20, 40, wants to go back and learn ABCD? Who wants to do that? But you want to, isn't it? You want to go back. So, like that, God wants to experience kindergarten, God wants to experience graduating, God wants to experience all of it. Because every experience is equal for God. There's no low and high and good and bad. Okay, so number one, that. Okay, and why souls are choosing to be in, or what makes a soul to choose to be in lower awareness. Mm. Sometimes a soul wants to, so this is something that I'll share. Our lifetime, okay, how we come in whatever. In this aspect, if we see, sometimes we come to clear a lot of karma. Okay, we just want to go like dash done. And you might find some people around you who are struggling for most aspect of your life. Okay, like literally they are at 50 or 60 years and they're still like, ah, life is bad, still struggling. Okay, very very difficult lifetime. They have chosen this life to only clear a lot of karmic baggage so that they can come again and learn from a fresh perspective. Okay, so there are souls who choose a very difficult life. When I say difficult from a human point of view, of course, that they are going on and on and on, all transformations, okay, all changes. And maybe at the mature age they become really aware, but they are going through a lot and lot. Then there are souls who have already gone through a lot for one lifetime, two lifetime, many lifetimes. And now they are trying to rest, they are trying to integrate. These are the ones who will choose simpler lives. And now, because it's mm, a simple life, you may not see a lot of, like, ups and downs and challenges, better childhood, and all of that. So one should not categorize it as, oh, low awareness, high awareness. You can categorize as a life filled with karmic baggages or karmic lessons, or a life filled with fewer karmic lessons. That is a way that you can look at it. But this is not true that they are in lower awareness. In fact, everybody goes through lower and higher awareness in one lifetime. It's not like, oh, one person came in lower awareness. No, from your POV. So it's like you are in 10th standard and you are judging a second standard student saying, all low awareness, learning just grammar, pronoun, noun. What are you learning? I am learning, Romeo and Juliet. So from your POV, it is low. For them, it is really high. Whatever they are learning, basics, it is very important for them. It is difficult for them. It's like if you have a child and you're thinking that, "Arey, kya itna kya hai isme? Just 2 plus 2 is equal to 4 only. Why this child is not able to get it?" From your POV, yes. But for somebody who's first time holding the pencil and then trying to write, for them it's a huge task that they did 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. Okay, so the POV here matters. There's no low and high. For them, it is still them going from low to high. Okay, it's just literally like, when in your household you have like a 15-year-old boy and then you have a 10-year-old boy, and then 15-year-old one will be like, तुम क्या पढ़ रहे हो, तुम्हारा तो कुछ है नहीं, हमारे क्लास में आओ, then बताएंगे, our syllabus is very tough. It is like that. So that appears, but that's not true. Can we heal our shadows through this practice? Yes, to an extent. I won't say you can heal it, but you can understand it more and more. Healing your shadow takes a different kind of work and acceptance and self realization, which maybe we'll do another session on. But yes, that's there. Okay. All right. So now, because it's almost 9:15, I will take one last question. And I believe someone came to see Neem Kardi Baba. Yeah, I do believe that too. But retreat details I will share in the WhatsApp group after this session for those of you who are asking. Um, okay, let me see. What is the point of this life? This is a very common question that most of us are always wondering. And one day I was meditating on this, and I know this answer I always try to give, but it doesn't really satiate our egos, not even my ego for that matter. So leads to expect. But I was trying to meditate on this once. That what is the point of all of this? And then I realized there is no point, and there is no point. There is no reasoning. There is no reasoning. If you want to find a reasoning, um, then just being in this moment and living it fully could be. Being completely in this moment and living it fully could be. But overall, there is no such meaning and reasoning to all of this. It's all a dream, it's all a play. And you are dreaming because God is knowing itself, and so are you. You are also knowing it yourself. And that's all. When we graduate from school, funnily, I'm talking a lot about school today. Well, when we graduate from school and then we come to a job and then we are doing all this, and then suddenly we realize, what was the point of learning all that in school? None of this is required. We say that, like trigonometries, and I don't know why I always say trigonometry. I think I didn't like that subject. But all these mathematics subjects and science, none of us are using this. Like, I mean, I think most of us who are in different kind of jobs, and you ask yourself, what is the point of it? Point of it all? And still, you really, really miss school, right? You really want to go back to school. You want to have your experiences with your friends and all of that. So, honestly, there is no point. But what is the point of life is a good question for our next session, where we will maybe go into deeper subjects. If the crowd is ready, if the audience is ready, we'll go into the subject of, are we living in a dream? Okay. And then we will explore. If you're ready for it, see, the problem is that these kind of questions, not many people want to understand. So that's why I try to make questions relevant, topics relevant for everybody. But if you are interested, then we can go really deep into these subjects. Okay, so maybe the next time. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. And we will probably do more of this again. We have our Hanuman path coming in March. For those who are devotees of Hanuman, a 15 days journey of physical movement, breath work, name chanting, meditations. So if you're interested in that, I'll share the link also in the chat later. And of course, the retreat has still few spots left. So if you're interested in that, you can also join that, and I will share the link in detail, everything in the WhatsApp group itself. All right. Thank you so much for joining. It has been an absolute pleasure of learning with all of you. As you learn, I learn, and you have been the source of my learning. So I am really grateful for that. Thank you so much, and may Shiva bless you. Har Har Mahadev.